Hi everybody, welcome to day 6, and this is about workplace. Workplace is where everybody is confused and everybody is facing very high difficulty in dealing with your workplace area. And workplace means how you are perceived as a person, how your relationship with your peers, juniors and seniors, and are you able to handle whatever job you have been assigned. So one by one we need to take care of all these aspects. First thing is to deal with yourself. So I call that as the workplace as an Atlantic. It is as dangerous as Atlantic, but it is very thrilling to conquer it as well. So are you ready to cruise? What I'll tell you is that many people, well, while complaining about their relationship with peers, juniors, and seniors, they say that people have very different opinion about themselves. Obviously, you should expect people to uh, to have very different opinion about you, very different than what you perceive yourself to be. Not to be upset about that. You know why? Because different people come with a different background, and their perception, their opinion is based on their experience of life. So how they have seen, they must have seen you just partially, unless they have been very close to you. If that is so, then they will have a very different view, which is not acceptable to you at times. But put yourself in their shoes and start thinking whether you have a little bit of that, whatever they are saying, even if it is a little bit true, then that is what they are perceiving. For you, whatever is a very tiny percentage in your personality, that is very huge for them. Understand this. So the moment you start thinking in this manner, what happens is you accept them as they are saying. When you accept that person's opinion as they are saying, because you don't become what they are saying, right? You don't become that. They have an opinion about you. It is not you. So, but to start with, it is not to be something bothered about. But they might have formed if it is a negative opinion, because when they needed you the most, you were not available. Might be that is a possibility. I'm not saying it is true, but if it is a little bit also true, then you have to tell yourself where it was. Like, say, knowingly, intentionally you were not available. You couldn't fix your priority as per their need, or what it is. See, you have to be available to yourself first, right? So it is perfectly okay if you are not available because of your other things. You cannot be manipulated, right? But you need to choose between your priority and their need. Sometimes it is emergency. If in the emergency also you stick to your priorities, then people form a different opinion. So this is the first thing. Ask yourself a question. Nobody is going to give you a solution here. You have to fix your priority first, whether you are available for them or not. The second is, somebody uses a very unpalatable words, unpalatable adjective about you which you don't like. If this is the case, then my mentor says one thing: start saying thank you. Whatever opinion is, thank you. Why do you think so? Then that person will say something else. Okay, thank you, but why it is so for you? Keep questioning till you get the right answer. And all the time say thank you. Thank you is the magic word. Most of us cannot bring ourselves to say thank you. And this is the magic word which actually instantly changes your relationship at workplace. Is it so? The next is wholeheartedness, which I call is partly honesty. Your honesty shows in your eyes, right? So somebody is appreciating you half-heartedly. Acha, you have done this. Okay, this is fine, but you could have done this way. I would expect you to have behaved that way. These are the half-hearted, grudging appreciation. But what about you, ourselves? How do we appreciate them? Were we wholehearted when we appreciated them? See, that gets reflected, and many people will ask, that person behaves this way all the time. Should we not give him a bit of his own, whatever, stick or whatever you call? So I say, your opinion, your reaction should not be proportionate to anybody else's behavior. It is your behavior, you stick to your baseline, your standard, right? Always stick to your standard, whatever it is. It should not fluctuate with another person's opinion. So be wholehearted if that is your tendency, your characteristic. Then many people will have told me that the other person, he never takes me into trust when there is a choice of choosing a partner. But ask yourself, would you choose that person as a partner if you are given a choice? If you don't, that person instinctively will not choose as you as a partner. It is reciprocated uh, by default. You don't say anything, he doesn't say anything, he or she doesn't say anything, no words exchanged, nothing has happened, but there is uh, some way you are not okay with that person. It gets communicated, it is somehow gets communicated because our vibes, it conveys that it um, without your choice, without your intention, it gets conveyed. So if you want to be a winning partner to somebody, you have to accept that person as a winning partner as well. And how to do it, that is a whole thing. He doesn't have that skill, he doesn't have this. But I'll ask you one thing, does that person has an attitude? Does that person wants to work with you? These are bigger skills, bigger characteristics, bigger traits than a skill. So give yourself a thought whether you have undermined that person's willingness, honesty, intention, intent, and just rejected because that person didn't have a skill. I'd ask you, there is no wrong or right here. I'd ask you to give it a thought. Would you not have given him that skill? Would not you have that ability to train a colleague in that way? Do it anyways, irrespective of your behavior, irrespective of the other's behavior. As I said, do it anyways. Whatever needs to be done, the next right step has to be taken. If it is a right step to be taken, it has to be taken, no matter whatever is the situation, whatever may be the circumstances. You should not get an excuse. And from this discussion, you might have taken note that it is us, ourselves, the most important person when it comes to relationship at workplace. It is we who can change. By changing ourselves, we change the workplace. Ultimately, it is not an easy job. It takes time. It takes your jump, your evolution to the next level, and the amount of friction that you face is directly proportional to the inner friction that you have. So give all these a thought, and I am sure I don't say that you are facing any less um, difficult a situation. That your situation might be very difficult, but this is what I'm asking you to start with evaluating your workplace how it is. It is it is always we that can be changed, not the other person, other place, other circumstance. But of course, going forward, we will analyze each of yours problem according to your circumstances. This is an outline of how you should approach your problem. Hope this has helped you. And more of this in my webinar, where you will register. Might be you will find value in whatever I am saying and whatever way I teach, and you will come to my courses, my class, my community, where we can have you trained in a broader way. Hope this helps, and see you in the next class, day 7. Thank you for watching.